Help, my credit report doesn't make sense. Hi, this is consumer protection attorney Bill Clanton. I've helped hundreds of consumers deal with inaccurate credit reporting, debt collection harassment, and other consumer related matters. In this video, I'm going to talk about illogical files and internal inconsistencies in your credit report. What does this mean? Well, it means there's information on your credit report in your file that does not make sense. I'll get some examples of this in just a minute, but to give you some background, a credit reporting agency must maintain procedures to avoid reporting information with obvious logical inconsistencies. This means one example of this is you can't suddenly be 90 days late. You have to be 60 and 30 days late before you're 90. You can't go from current to 90. Okay, the credit reporting agency should establish procedures to avoid reporting information from furnishers that appears to be implausible or inconsistent. Again, there's many examples of this, but if it doesn't make sense, the credit reporting agencies should detect it. They shouldn't allow it to get onto your report in the first place. They have to have reasonable procedures to maintain the maximum possible accuracy of the information on your credit report. And if they can't tell that you suddenly jump from current to 90 days late, then that is not a reasonable procedure. Okay, reporting live consumers as deceased by entering an X in the ECOA field. Okay, so when furnishers, the banks and credit unions and debt collectors, all the people who give information to the credit bureaus, when a furnisher provides information, they do it in a Metro 2 format. The Metro 2 format has all number of boxes and checkpoints, and you put a G or a Q or a C or a D in a box, and it means certain things. Okay, there is a box, a field, if you will, in Metro 2 data format called the ECOA, Equal Credit Opportunity Act, ECOA field. If a furnisher puts an X in that field, that means that you are deceased. All right, all it takes is for one furnisher to put an X in the ECOA box, and when that gets to the bureau, all of a sudden, your credit report is locked. You are considered deceased by the bureau. You don't have a credit score anymore. You can't get access to your credit report anymore. You're locked out. Now, even though other furnishers are reporting that you are current on your obligations, the credit bureau considers you deceased and you're locked out. You're done. And that doesn't make sense, because if the credit bureau is continuing to get new information about you, saying you're current or saying you changed a job or other information about you, and one furnisher says you're deceased, it doesn't make sense. It's illogical. It's a logical inconsistency, and it needs to be disputed. You need to tell the bureau about the inconsistency and ask them to correct it. If you're in this situation, if there is inconsistent or inaccurate information on your credit report and you need help doing something about it, give us a call. We want to help you correct your credit report. And if we're not able to, then we can bring a lawsuit against the credit reporting agencies and the furnishers who misrepresent information about you, who report incorrect information about you, who cause you to appear deceased or otherwise mess up your credit report. I hope you got something out of watching this video. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe. Thank you.